What you talking about? You ain't got no lighter. Is that the one? Is this the one? Mic check, mic check. No, not the one she sing, but I thought this was. Oh. It was this slow? I like it though. Hello.
I gotta find me a real sexy voice for this show.
Not a real sexy
voice.
Tone, am I doing this wrong?
Sacred lips.
Hello.
With tender
Hello. What's up? Why I'm not seeing
this
who tuning
sexy
in?
Hour.
This is the sexy hour.
The sacred sexy
sexy hour. Hello, y'all. Share. Speak. I love y'all. What's up? Speak. Y'all are tuning in to my first episode of Sacred Lips with Tender B. I'm so excited. And I have a guest today, and it is my sister, Miss Beautiful, the lovely, the gorgeous, ding. Big Perp in this motherfucker.
It's me.
It's Big Perp in this motherfucker. Hey, what's up, y'all? Stay in here. Share. Stay in here. We about to talk some good shit. And I just want to introduce my new podcast. Because this one is another one that is beautiful, that is a part of me, and that I'm excited about. Sacred Lips with Tender B. Sacred Lips with Tender B is a safe space where we can freely discuss sensual and intimate conversations and topics, whether it's about sex, money, cars, clothes, or your hoes, or your soul, especially the soul. Because that's intimate. That's intimacy. That's sensuality. Your soul has all those counterparts to it. So I wanted to create a community where we have these bomb-ass conversations, open-ass conversations, free-ass conversations about all different type of subjects or discussions that I won't say most, that a lot of people are maybe uncomfortable with or don't have them often. And I want people to be able to give feedback and give suggestions. And we have these open conversations to let motherfuckers know they're not alone. And it could be in regards to anything in your life. Again, whether it's cars, clothes, hoes, or your souls. And I'm so excited about this. So going in, I am so excited about having you today because we are going to talk some good shit to y'all about experiences.
I'm excited.
And experiences, not just what you experience with the vision of your eye that you're seeing daily, but like your experience of your internal self of what you're giving out that's creating the experiences. So what type of experience are you giving yourself? What are you doing for yourself to make your experience in this external three-dimensional world? What are you doing to make it enjoyable or sensual or intimate? Ooh, Sacred Lips with Tender B. Oh shit!
My cheeks been just hurting all day. Like I've been smiling all day. That's been such an experience.
Your cheek been?
Yeah, all day. I just been smiling.
I've been smiling and crying like a motherfucker, y'all. Smiling and crying because it's a joyful time, but it's also a shift of so many things taking place that's making you feel all these emotions. And 1 minute is exciting, 1 minute is joyful, 1 minute is like overwhelming sometimes, but it's just like a beautiful feeling. So a bitch been crying. A lot of them been tears of joy though. Like I'm in such a great space, y'all. I'm in such a great space and I'm so grateful. And that's a part of my experience that I'm creating because I'm creating that internally first. And now I'm seeing it externally. Just down to like my relationship with you. I love you, girl.
Oh my my God.
Look, I'm singing
Don't
to the
start
mic
now.
on you.
Look,
I
you
love
trying to
you,
get
girl.
me to cry.
I love you, big perp. And that's what the fuck it's about.
Reciprocal, and actually seeing that in
Tone,
real
I
life.
love you,
I
Tone.
know, right?
What you say?
Like that, just feeling like this is what I'm attracting. Like this amount of love, this amount of beauty, just this amount of reciprocation. It's just been so beautiful, and I'm so grateful. And it does become overwhelming sometimes because it's like, really, this is a shift for me. It's a shift. It's like automatically I see the difference between how I was and what I was attracting at a different point in my life and now.
Yeah.
Like it's drastic, and I'm so grateful.
That's
just
beautiful.
through experiences, actually seeing that. Though.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying.
They
like,
can't hear me.
They can't hear you. Oh, we're also live on Facebook as well as recording. So they said they couldn't hear Shabri. So just speak up, mama.
Right, I was trying my sexy
Hey,
voice.
lovely. Hey, Rena. Hey, Alicia. Hey, y'all. Yeah, talk my shit. Thank you, beautiful. Yes, I'm so grateful. So getting more into your experience. So now that you're reaping the benefits with your external experience because you're putting in the work internally and you're going within with that internal experience and creating what you want to see. Like you said, it can be overwhelming, but then you get in this state. It's like you keep shifting too, because then you get in this state of great appreciation and joy, and you can get emotional just from feeling that overwhelmingness of just beauty. And then you begin to glow and you hold that beauty inside of you. And I remember when I was in a fucked up ass place, and internally my experience was turmoil, and I was in emotional wreck. I was hormonally a wreck. I was a wreck in so many areas internally, and then my experiences were like that. And then I will externalize and blame with my emotions, like, why the fuck this happening to me? Why this gotta happen? Why am I going through this? And it took me some time to get from that space. And then when I finally had that shift back in 2017, and I started moving and going inside and having introspection, I started realizing, like, bitch, you have a lot to do with your experiences. You can create what you want. And yet sometimes we get in a space where we create what the fuck we just went through. And it's like, you got to accept that. But like being able to be in more of a control, because it starts with the mind. And the mind is the powerhouse. And that powerhouse will help to manifest these creations as well. So we got to make sure we're doing mind work, and it's consistency with that. And sometimes I may fall off track, and I'll see when I'm not consistent, because my external experience will reflect that. So just reminding yourself to go back into that. Yes, you realize your power, and it's beautiful. It's very beautiful. It's a beautiful experience.
Exactly, that's what I was
thinking. And when we having that all day today, like we were at the salon, because I'm in the salon now, getting it in, putting these sacred hands, these Grace Cole's hands to work, because I have plenty monikers. Grace Cole, Queen Tender B, Mother, Brianka, but AKA in this beach. But and then Shabri is doing sacred hand work, energy healing work on the hands, and also nail art and creative art for the nails and hands. So we are in the same environment with what we're doing in another financial area with careers. And we were at the salon today, and we were just in gratitude. Goddess Street Beauty LLC, owned by Irina Swigart, Kenny Swigart. Just to put that out there. 1518 East Capitol Drive, Shorewood. What up? Shorewood, what up? Yeah, we in there. Beautiful black business. With a lot of integrity and love. Had to throw that out there. You know I'm gonna do it. Yeah, Bobby J. Black in there, slaying the hair, the natural hair. It's a natural hair community in that motherfucker. Do you hear me, y'all? Come take care of y'all hair and y'all body and y'all mind, and just enjoy our energy and our spirits in that environment. Goddess Street Beauty is more than a salon. It's a family, it's a community, it's unity, it's love, it's uplifting. And we were feeling all of that today, and it was just so fucking beautiful, man. And my ass, yeah, it's cancer season, so my ass was crying.
It's beautiful to even recognize
crying
that.
A little bit.
To be getting those reflections is so beautiful, and like they said, you get to really see your power. Yes. When you like change something mentally, just a thought process on. You see, you don't like some shit about your life. You don't like the shit, so you kind of like put an idea on. I'm gonna change that, and you actually see it manifest in it, or even in other people. When it's like some shit you didn't like about other people, you stop hanging around people like that. Then you start attracting people around you that just is magnified in the best ways. It's like, damn, I really did that by just stop fucking with y'all. I made that decision. I changed my mind, and now look at my life.
Mind power, bitch.
Exactly.
Mind power.
And then when you start seeing that, it can really overwhelming because that's small things. Like that's really small things, and when you start manifesting things on a bigger level because of the power of your own mind, it's like overwhelming. Like we really magicians out here,
motherfucking magicians.
You can be the one getting the magic make play on where you can't, and that's an experience for me. That was my experience. That's the magnitude of my experiences have taught me either the magic gonna get put on your ass, or you gonna be the magician and creating shit for yourself,
transmute.
And that's really my experience of transforming my own life.
Yes,
like that's just and stepping into it and really appreciating it. Be really, like you said, like we be crying because it's beautiful. Like, damn, you beautiful girl, and I love you, and you come in bringing that shit to me too.
And that's one of the main reasons I was crying a lot today. Crying this morning during yoga, just being in so much gratitude, stretching that ass out and crying.
Because you're gonna see something within. It's gonna get brought
beauty.
To you.
I was just being grateful. I was just in the moment and grateful for all of these blessings. Hey Nev, hey Jontea. Just in these moments of just gratitude, and I was just thanking the divine for everything that I have been experiencing and creating and receiving in my life, because it's beauty. Even the dark moments, even the difficult times, you got to find the favor in that. You got to transmute that and create that for you so that you can be happier and know how to cope with the difficult times and the dark moments. And I know that there was a time where I experienced people who had a lot of fucking insecurity, a lot of bitterness in them. And today I experienced a moment of a person giving selflessness and knowledge and education genuinely and authentically to me, and was helping and was being a teacher to me and allowing that to flow freely without any insecurity, and he was open to it. And I just thought that was so beautiful, and I loved it because we do the same fucking thing. And that's what's wrong with so much in the community and within our people. They do the same fucking thing and they hate on each other, or you really the hate is really coming from a space of insecurity. That's the root of it, or bitterness or envy.
The inability to be the teacher and the student, and knowing that we're always going to be first. I mean, both. We're always have to choose which one we are in each situation. And sometimes people always want to be the damn teacher. Like, you can't get taught nothing. But though that's with experience, you know that you're going to have to decipher which one and receive that. And because you are in a place of giving like that, you're able to receive that. You know what I'm saying? You can understand that. And when people be so good on, like, I know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm all I'm the best at this.
I'm the coldest.
You can't tell me shit. You missing opportunities for beauty. Like, you're missing opportunities for exchange with people because you don't know everything.
Yes.
Like, you never know everything. And when you really realize that, you know that it's always space to learn
and grow.
Like, that's then you can always gain something. Like, you can go into any situation, and this is what experience taught me. If you go into every situation with an open, instead of not being like, I know everything, how can you gonna get something out of the shit? If you know everything, every situation that you come upon, you not giving yourself the opportunity to receive, because you gonna always get used up. If you know every motherfucking thing, every time somebody comes to you, they're going to be only taking. And that's how people get drained. That's how people be bitter. That's how people be so selfish in such a negative way
Mm-hmm.
because they're giving so much, but not in a great way. They're not open to receiving.
Mm-hmm. They can't hear you still. Damn.
But
well, they can hear you on mine.
It's old though.
Huh? Check your switch on the side.
Check the switch,
the
baby.
Switch do we gotta be on?
If it's up.
But yes, also being in a place of allowing, and you know, that's something that you helped me to be a student and listen in, you know, and you taught me that, and really put that into me. You know, you keep holding me accountable in that area, and I appreciate that, because especially coming from a space of generationally strong Black woman. Always getting shit done, always handling things on your own, that sometimes you don't know how to get, or you don't remember how to allow things to come to you, or allow things to work for you, or allow people to do things for you. And then you create that stagnation and that blockage of your abundance.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's some real shit.
Because that's really been this has been the biggest download I've been receiving lately, and it's just personal with my life, and why I'm like making these major like life changes, or like just a whole identity. I guess I've been going through a transformation where it's like identity based, and realizing the reason why is because I want to open myself up to be able to receive in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand that there's spaces in my life that I can't do all of the things to feel, and I have to let other people in, and I have to be open to other people helping me, and other people using other people's abilities to feel in my own life. You know what I'm saying? Because we be trying to do every fucking thing.
Yeah, but that's that action. You know, we're given the duality, the balancing everything. We're given the masculine and the feminine energy. So that action energy, you want to take control and take care of things, get things done, but we have to balance that feminine energy, which is the allowing and the receiving. So we have to make sure we're balanced in those areas, in all aspects of our lives, in all tiers, in all those areas. And sometimes it can get difficult, or you may forget. And that's why it's important to continue to work on your mind, continue to work on the things that you attract in the people, because then you could attract people that's a part of your community and your family and your tribe who can remind you. And you are an individual that do that for me when I get into those spaces, because when emotions hit us, sometimes we lose sight in those spaces. And so then I have a motherfucker like you, not motherfucker disrespect, but you already know, bitch. That'd be like, bitch, you need to allow. You need to be in this
from
space.
A different perspective.
Yeah.
And that's why when you it's like when you're united with people that see the same, same goal, but they seen it at a different angle from you, they can give you other perspectives. Just like we looking at this camera looking at this camera at the same time. I can't see, the same thing that you see, but we looking at the same thing.
Yeah.
And having that type of thing within your life, that's what true reflection is. You know what I'm saying? Seeing different things from other eyesights, the same thing from other eyesights, giving you more in-depth insight into what you can do and how you can utilize that information. And I'm grateful for your perspective always, because it's helped me in so many ways. That's why we can be aligned in so many ways.
Being a reflection and a vibration that
other feet, we just flow together. What you're moving, how you move, what you do, your perspective, it transforms me as well. And when we get that, that's what unity is.
Yeah. And then
everybody do what the fuck they do, but help each other to do what they do and do it your own way. And that's just so much more of a higher level of thinking. And I'm grateful to be on this higher ground, because it took lots of fucked up ass experience to get here. But I do want to make sure that people are aware that it's transmutable.
Transmutable.
saying?
Yeah.
All
Once you know
of the
that
bullshit
power.
be transmutable.
Yeah, once you know that power and
Okay,
how to transmute it, we are all, it's everything is energy, everything is molecular, everything is vibration. Our thoughts is a vibrations, our thought patterns are vibrations. So transforming those patterns by repetition and creating and reminding yourself and getting yourself to a space of higher vibration and thoughts that are of love and joy and good, and reminding yourself, you will continue to create them. Or even when you get into those spaces again, you will attract individuals who will remind you in that reflection and be the reflection of what you truly are. And you have to be grateful for that. You have to look into that and appreciate it. Sometimes you got to sit with it, you know. Even our children, you know, a lot of times people are having difficult times. Even myself, I'm still journeying through this. Our children are reflections as well on a greater vibration, because they are a part of us from on a physical molecular compound. So then we got the physical connection, we have the reflection, we have the, you know, like we have all these,
it's here
parts
for you though.
Yeah,
and people
and our
be
children
looking at them
teach
like,
us.
I can't. People really hate their children because of the fact that it's a reflection of the parts that they don't want to see within themselves. People really be fucking hating their children. Hating, that's why you hate your partner, but you still sleep with them, because you really hate seeing these parts of yourself that you could just look in the mirror and like really fix yourself. If you see that for what it is, see that
externalizing it all the time.
and making it like, oh, you do that, you do that, you do this, no, it's some part of you. It ain't just like a mirror of you, but it is a reflection of you.
Yeah.
And it's important for us to know that.
Yeah. And I remember being in a space where, not the physical molecular compound, talk your big words. Hell yeah, that's science. We are science. We are the cosmos. We are astrological beings. So that's all science. We are that. We are molecular compounds. And when you start understanding the infrastructure of science when it comes to our beings, you start to learn yourself. You start to understand yourself differently, that in that different mindset is going to take you to a higher space and higher vibration, and make the molecular compounds within your body be at a different reflection. And it's a beautiful thing. So it's important that we get to that space. And it's like, you know, a man that knows everything knows nothing at all. So I'm continuing to learn these things as well. I'm continuing to journey and more through these waves of life, through this, and be fluid within it, because it's important for us to do that so that we can understand and understand more. And it's important that we do that again with our children, with partners, with loved ones, with anyone, even a stranger that you meet one day. You know, 5 minutes can be a lesson within that and that teaching. So think about that reflection. Okay, why did I run into this individual? Why did I experience this today? You know what I mean? And that can help you.
That's a mental process that most people don't realize. It's so powerful. Taking those moments, like even if something bad happens to you, just like taking those moments. I was just reminded of this just yesterday. Like even the bad things that's happening, you don't have to like automatically. It takes some practice to get here, to not let shit shake you up. It takes a lot of practice to do that. But when you really know in your mind that things are happening for you and not to you, you can sit and look at it for what it is instead of reacting all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see it for what it is. Oh, all that bullshit is happening, but I could just sit and look at it and be within myself and see what it is.
Yeah, you end up understanding, and you got to be very grateful for that. Like prime example, when I went on my family vacations, shit after shit after shit kept fucking happening. Do you hear me, nigga? I was like, what the fuck? Who the fuck? What energy is this? Because this ain't my shit. All this shit happening back to back like this. But those experiences kept opening my eyes to different perspectives on how I could be fluid within it. But it was so difficult. But now let me go back to what I said earlier. Remember I said that when you do repetition and constantly work on your mind power and constantly work on positive thought and higher vibrations, the memory cells are going to be there, and they're going to create and
You
be more powerful.
reprogramming,
You
'cause
reprogram it.
That's why they put commercials on the fucking TV,
Mhm.
because that's what they're doing to you.
Yeah.
Not there, but that's what the how your
conditioning.
brain works.
Televised
That's how your brain
programming.
works. Is by repetition and
Mhm.
programming.
Yeah. So if you're getting up daily, doing yoga, having healthier eating habits, doing things that are more positive for your mind and your body, it's going to reprogram that so that when you do, for example, going back to when I went on my trip, when you do have those difficult times or those moments, your higher self is going to create a vibration and attract things to remind you how to go back and cope with it and handle it.
Exactly.
And I ended up getting an experience that helped me to take the experiences as lessons, appreciate them, and then go back to my higher thought and be in a better space and a better mindset. And the shit that happened to me would have had so many people fucked up the rest of their trip. So when I even looked at that and I was like, damn, thank you. I was so grateful for my mind and how my mind power and my higher self, that's what I'm going to give credit to, Ashe, my higher self bringing me back to a space of attracting individuals that's gonna remind me of who the fuck I am and where the fuck I need to be vibrating at, because I end up getting to a low vibration. It was to the point I was like, I don't even want to be around my babies because I don't want to give that to them. Like it was that bad. And I'm like, I don't like this shit. But it attracted individuals that helped me get back to that space. And I was in so much gratitude. And when I got back to that space, the rest of my trip was so beautiful, and I was just in gratitude for me understanding the lessons as well. So we got to do that, but many people don't know how to get to that space. Not people, individuals don't know how to get to that space or up to that high vibration or connect with their higher self to where their higher self step in. Our higher self does the work for us. This physical body ain't shit without our higher self stepping in and taking care of things at a better space for us. So it's like, yeah, we can physically do things. But how many times have your physical self, my physical self handle shit, I'll be in jail. Like dead ass.
But it's finding
But
the
when your
balance,
highest self-
because sometimes I mean shit, that's who need to come show up sometimes.
Right, but I'm saying
that be
majority of the
energy be
time, and that's what I
necessary.
don't want. That's what I don't.
But discerning between that, that's why I was saying the discernment of knowing the time where it's, turn that on or turn that
switch
off, and knowing that's
that'd be
you.
tender B. She be like, turn this bitch up.
And it's a time and a place.
Yeah, she show up
everything.
and she move fluidly as well though. She move in alignment with everything else as well though. But that's who turned up when it needs to be turned up. That's the free flowing fluid spirit.
Yeah,
so I'm grateful for
from
that.
my experiences, that's really how I even got into energy work. Realizing my own frequency, my own where I stand, like energetically, like how I come about, how I'm seen to other people, how I move within myself, like energetically, like how do I stand? Just thinking back, how your life is set up, how some people end up being bullies and shit, or getting bullied in school, or even like being a bully, and just because of your energetic frequency and how your mind works, that's pretty much who you are, right? So me looking at that and seeing how I was like affecting other people, how my energy affect other people, and how other people's energy affects me, just like really paying attention to that, really helped me be able to see, like, if I change these things, I will affect other people differently.
Yeah. So if you change your thoughts so positive, it's all energy. It's a frequency. It's a
just
thought
like
process.
just like
power.
Really putting in, when you realize that, it's like some people be having more of better effects on other people.
Yeah.
Because there's some people that walk in the room and everybody look like you know what I'm saying? And it's some people that walk in the room and you be like, oh, who is that? Because of their energy.
Yeah. Where they're vibrating at.
Where they're vibrating.
Some people vibrating at a space.
And you be like, oh, you could just tell motherfucker is upset or sad or down or just low. You could tell somebody's vibrations are low as fuck. They snailing.
Because again, everything starts within, so it begins to externalize. So if a motherfucker ugly inside, they ugly outside. Motherfucker got this stank ass attitude, you see it on their face. You be like, Yes, that's not that's
But
personal.
that can be adjusted. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That could just really be adjusted. If
But
you
who has
see
the power?
yourself, exactly. If you see yourself, if you knew that you was ugly as your energy, your aura was just funky as hell, you would fucking do something about that.
Listen, I glowed up. I remember when I was in my dark ass space. I was ugly, bro.
Nah, like
I was big as fuck. Yes. And I did not feel beautiful at all because I was in such a dark ass space, and it showed. Like, I'm not being funny, it showed. And like, just from how I
that
was
shit
looking,
show up externally always,
Yeah,
even if
and
it's not physically. I just want to say that if
it
it's
don't
not
always have to be physically.
it could
I'm
be your
speaking on me, my
your
experience.
direct environment. I'm just saying
Experience.
your direct environment could be a showcase of your low
Mhm.
vibration,
Your
as
household,
well.
your vehicles,
Exactly.
your children,
all of that
Yeah,
is a
all of that.
representation.
Disclaimer.
Mhm.
But yeah, me personally, during that time, it was definitely showing physically. And it was like, I had to get to a place to realize this is not what I wanted anymore. So I want to change that. But it came with better thoughts, pushing myself, repetition, consistency, all of these things that are going to feed and reprogram myself. And then when I got to that space, it started reflecting externally.
And that's how people get to be
Externally.
Jesus walkers, because they want something to believe in. And that's the thing. You
Jesus
wanted to
walkers.
believe in, if that's the thing. I don't know if that's the thing. I don't mean to be
Not
say
Jesus
it like
walkers.
that. Whatever that means. What the
No, I
fuck
said
does that
Jesus
mean?
walkers. What? Is you talking about Christ energy? What you
No,
talking
I'm
about?
talking about like Christians or really religious people, not
Oh,
specifically a direct religion, but
Jesus
someone that's
walks.
very religious. That's how they end up in that, because they're looking for something to believe in to change their situation.
Mhm.
Whereas,
Externally, they
exactly.
externally believing in
Whereas
things.
if you see that this shit is you funky as hell, you shitty as hell, you really is causing your
You
personality
really a
and who
funky,
you
shitty,
are.
booty ass motherfucker.
Dingy. If
Dingy.
I'm just speaking energetically.
Yes. All
If- you know what I'm
internally,
saying?
yeah, I get
If
it.
you really saw that, you would do something to change that instead of taking your ass to church and talking about, oh, girl in the pew. You know what I'm saying? If we would just look at our
Righteously
experiences,
walking for yourself,
like really
righteously
looking at
walking in yourself,
exactly,
and being honest with yourself. Because we know when we're not honest with ourselves. We know when we fucked up. As much as we are trying to deny it, we know.
Man,
when you know.
some people really fucking delusional.
Think about the time that you was fucked up. Did you remember? Did you know you was fucked up?
In that moment, no. But in the because
were you
I've done
feelings ways?
That's the thing. When you're in that, I feel like
we feel it.
Yeah, we feel it, but at the
it may not be
low
conscious.
points where I was of a low vibrating person, unaware of my own power, unaware that my reality was based off of me and my thoughts, probably not. I didn't see that. You know what I'm saying? It took for me to actually sit back and have the experience in knowing the power within myself to see that.
Yeah.
And that's what we here for. That's why I now make sure that I am a example for people to see that it's possible to get out of that. You know what I'm saying? It's possible to get out of that, because people will really sit in those spaces where they don't like themselves and not do anything about it because they're not seeing how they can change it. Like not seeing that at all, not even seeing that as a possibility. And really talking down on themselves and not doing it because they have all these reasons why they shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? So I've been in that space.
Yes.
Where it's, and I still have to be conscious of it, because sometimes I will even kind of drift back into that space, because every single one of those program cells are not out of me. So it comes back sometimes.
And that's what I was saying. But because of the repetition,
the exercise of the other muscles, the mindful muscles that I've been doing. But some people mindful muscles is like not, real puny. And that's the thing where like you don't see some of that shit. Because your mindfulness muscle, your awareness, some people's awareness is like very small. And you don't see that what you just did was shitty as hell. But that's why you have these reflections that turn around and do the same thing to you, and then you be mad because you're not seeing that within yourself. But that's with the experience only is what made me know that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that then, though.
And it goes down to more than just the mind reminders, but like the fucking diets and decalcifying your pineal gland, like that connects you to your spiritual self and intuition.
We definitely be killing
And so-
ourselves with the food.
So a lot of times, some of those people who are not aware at all or just consciously don't connect with,
because they're feeding the ignorance.
they are calcified a lot. And I was at a space like that before as well. But then, you know, when you speak these things to them, they sound like riffraff and bullshit. Like, what are you talking about? My pineal gland. We got to educate ourselves and understand and get this knowledge about our internal self. Again, back to science, our physicalities and physical structure on the internal level, our mind, what our nerves do, what our neurons do, what our cells do, all that shit, because then we could begin to work on it and know that we have to hit this shit on a deeper level, not just the practices of the mind, but the practices of our diet, the practices of our exercise, physical exercise, the practice of what we absorb in, you know, all these areas. And it's essential to being in better alignment, and that alignment will create better reflections. So it's important that we do that. And since we've been at this space and we both have seen that growth, that beauty, and that understanding between us, that's why we started creating and wanted to share that knowledge and give it to other individuals, so that the more of our community and the more people, individuals get to this space, the better. So that's why we are having retreats now. That's why we are sharing, and we speak so much on sisterhood and brotherhood, but you know, the sisterhood of having our divine feminine retreats to help our women to get to a space and find the root of these issues. 1044 to find the root of these issues and get to these spaces of coping mechanism and understanding, so that we can heal ourselves and be better. And then, especially as the woman heals, the man heals. As the family heals, as the man and the woman heals, the family heals. Then we get better people. Motherfuckers always talking about what they want to see in the world. They want to see better, and they tired of this happening. It starts with you. Just work on yourself. Mind your motherfucking business. Worry about you and work on you, and you will see your external universe and world will begin to change. And you won't even connect with these other areas that are unhealthy, or these experiences in this physical world that take place. You won't be a part of it. And I know it may sound weird to some people who are not in that space, but you really won't be a part of that. And I don't claim that I'm not a part of it. We are aware of its existence. You know what I mean?
Because if you never thought of something, just this how I've been at this point. Like, I really been thinking like this. You probably can't put your mind around what it's like to be a quadrillionaire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you ain't never actually sat in that space or even thought about what that would really be like. And
have been conditioned to believe that you lack.
That's far away. You know what I'm saying? But if we just, like, even if the smallest little things, you know what I'm saying, be like, damn, I want something, or anything that you really put your mind to, I know it came to you in some type of way. It's just, what are we really putting our mind to? You know what I'm saying? How small are we dreaming? How vast is our imagination in order to create, basically?
Our trust and belief as well. Trust and belief
and awareness,
imagination. Because that's real. Because I was having a conversation with this man, and he was saying, like, it's important for us to understand that when we want something or want to achieve something, whether it's small as you want a bag of chips from the store, or whether it's big as you want a motherfucking Maserati, when we get to that space of saying, I want, I need, or that's mine, I'm finna get. Then what is your next question you ask yourself? Some people go straight into, I can't get that. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. No, your next thing is to be, now what am I gonna do to get it? How can I do it?
Right, because everybody gonna have a 4th of July outfit. How the hell
you create that?
You got it in your mind. You ain't gonna miss that motherfucking outfit. You and your babies.
You ain't gonna miss the Jordans that you want.
How minimum you live every single day, because this event and this particular ritual, this routine that you know of, that you gonna make that shit happen.
Mhm.
Like I done seen it. That's
just
my
like,
experience.
Just like Christmas. Y'all
Every
end up
time.
making that shit.
Oh
Y'all
my God, I
manifestors
made
during
that
Christmas.
happen. Like
They
you
manifestors.
made that
So
happen,
many
but
people
that's
is
all you make it
manifestors during
happen.
Christmas.
Mhm.
Motherfuckers is they go hard in that active mode and become big ass manifestors and give all that away to material things. And when I thought and sat with that, I'm like, I could manifest that shit and give that shit to me and my children in other ways. Yeah, I give my children material things. I'm not saying it like that, but the amount that's put into that shit. And then after that, motherfuckers broke again.
Yep.
Motherfuckers lacking
now all
again.
you now your mind ain't on what you gonna do. It's
Yeah,
on the
put
bullshit.
that energy
it's back on being
into
broke.
your life and your generations. Like put that into the things you want to create for your life and the for those who come behind you and after you, so that it could be better and y'all don't got to worry about that during Christmas. It could be just another motherfucking day for you. You're gonna be so abundant or and have so much understanding that that's not a place you would need to be at during that time.
Exactly.
That you'll be like, oh, that's just another motherfucking day. Ain't nobody finna do all that shit.
Right, because your intention is going on something else. Your energy is going towards something that really matters to you. And I am not to say that shit.
That's what I'm saying. I
if
still
it
get
matters
buy
to
shit. You know, you still
it
buy
ain't-
shit, material things, but
whatever
if you going
just
broke
that
after that, then
understanding.
that's when it's an issue. Well, if you're going broke after you do these things, then you might want to rethink that conditioning and that ritual that you're doing every year around Christmas. But if you got
any
it,
any damn holiday,
I'm just giving an example of
that you don't know
Christmas.
what the
The
hell the
Kardashian.
celebration is. Whatever the hell the celebration
Hey,
is, and
Nakia.
what's the point? And then you spending your energy and your money, your currency, your time, your attention, which is very valuable. What would you do with it? You know what I'm saying? What do you really spend your time on? Because that's really important, and that's what I had to learn from experience. Like I really did this is such a science. You could do the little scientific method. Like I've done the scientific method on really focusing on bullshit and how my life really, how like a week later, how that shit played out, and how if I really stuck to a strict positive routine and focus for a whole week, and how energetically I'm aligned with higher vibrating things, how everything that's good, more good things come to me when I do that. Like I had the hypotenuse. What's the damn scientific? What is it? The scientific method.
FIAC.
When you
It's FIAC, right?
basically when you have something.
What is the first one? Problem, hypothesis.
I'm making it up. I'm not gonna tell. I'm not gonna even
what
act
is
like
it?
I know. No idea. But y'all know. Look it up.
Oh my god! It's FIAC. Problem, hypothesis, experiment, observation, conclusion.
That's
There
it.
we go.
Yeah, I did that.
You did that.
I did that.
On your life, on the experience.
Again. That's the experiences. That's really what experience of life
experience
is.
Of life is science. It's like science.
How the fuck did that turn out for you?
Because here's the problem, whether it's positive or considered negative, then you go over it, you overlook it, you hypothesize, you figure things out. Then you do the experiment with it and you observe it and you come up with your final conclusion. How are you creating your conclusion for your life experiences? What's your conclusion? Is it a positive or is it a negative? Is it a positive result? Like when we used to do the volcanoes.
Exactly.
Is your volcano coming out correct? Or is it all flucked up and floppy and fucking baking soda?
Where's the variable there? Did you add too much fucking water or whatever, how we made them? Shit. But that's life. You got to really look at life that way and use your experience for that. Even your relationships like that. Just see how did that shit work out for you. Mm-hmm. What you
is it quantitative or qualitative?
Mm-hmm. And that's that.
It's people just, are you just allowing things to be added in your life? And is it just a number, a quantity, or are you having quality in your life? Are you giving yourself quality, or are you just giving yourself fucking numbers of people and bullshit, which is just quantitative?
So that brings a question I have for you.
Okay.
Share an experience that brought you like a specific experience, if you could think of one, that brought you closer to you knowing your true self.
Man, it's so many, but that one that really took me there to get like
Mhm.
really
that
open me
broke
up.
through one of the biggest that helps you break through one big hurdle for yourself.
A breakup. And it was like, to me, that breakup was like this one too many, and with another individual though, and I'm like, I feel like it's a cycle. What the fuck? And I was just fucking over. I was so emotional about that shit, and I just kept seeing a cycle. And one day I was like, when I was going through the cycle, I felt it, and I'm like, this is a fucking cycle, and this shit gotta end. I said, it gotta be something better for me. And the same time that I was going through the breakup, which was a cycle, I was going through a health cycle. I kept experiencing health issues that was a cycle, and they were happening at the same time. It was so divine.
Direct correlation.
And it was so divine because during that time of the breakup, that cycle was happening with romantic cycles, and then the cycle with my health. And I was like, yeah, this shit gotta go. And I need to go within. It ain't them no more. It ain't nobody outside. Ain't nobody making me unhappy with my health. Ain't nobody causing these health issues but me. And then let me see what is it within me that can be contributing to why I'm having these cycles with these relationships. So then when I started sitting with myself and going in, I went into therapy. I learned about spirituality, and that shift just pushed me further and further and further. And then I began to work on my health. I began to work on my mental. I began to work on my mind, body, and spirit. And when I worked on all three, instead of just only working on the physical, or it was times where I was only working on spiritual with religion, or it was times I was only working on the mind, trying to figure it out. When I worked on them separately, the shit never worked for me. But when I finally put them together and really went in and delved deep and took accountability in a lot of shit, that shit opened so many doors to it. Was like, oh, bitch, oh. And I start experiencing better, and I'm like, oh, bitch, you losing this weight. Oh, your skin clearing up. Oh, you not meeting fuck niggas like that. You know, every now and then the motherfuckers slide through. They slide through, and then I was having my that ain't got shit to do with me, bitch. Yes, it do. It's somewhere in you where you attracted this fuck nigga. You like that a little bit. She got a little tight there, bitch. You know, so I had to take accountability in that shit, and when I did, shit just started flowing for me, and I started losing motherfuckers. At first, I was questioning it, but then it came right back to me. It was a reminder that they need to go. And it don't even got to be no ill intentions or no hate or no bullshit that comes with letting them go. It is what it is. You live your life. The time that I had with you or experience I had with you, it was good. I want to remember the good times. So hopefully you leave me the fuck alone and don't be on no bullshit, so I don't have to go to a space of now we remembering some fuck shit and you took me there.
Let the experience be.
Just let the experience be the experience. Like let's bygones be bygones. Like motherfuckers don't get that. Everybody think when they detach, and that's because people have detachment issues because they're too attached. Why are you attaching yourself to things? You shouldn't be attached to anything but yourself.
Yeah, see, that's
what I had to learn. I had abandonment issues. So, you know, I had to learn that I do not attach myself to anyone, and it's okay to detach from individuals as well. That's kind of like all over the place. Don't attach, but it's okay to detach. But y'all get what the fuck I'm saying. It's important to know that it's okay to let go. And when you let go, it don't gotta be all this animosity and shit. Like, I see that shit so much on social media. I'll be rolling at people shit. Like, why gotta be beef? Like, just move around. Just live your life. Worry about your motherfucking self. Carry on. If it was the experience that hurt you, learn how to heal from it instead of keep externalizing that shit. You know what I mean? So it's important that you do that for yourself. So if individuals are struggling with that, which I've been an individual that struggled with that, that's why y'all should be at this motherfucking retreat.
I don't know, for real.
This some real shit we giving y'all. We worked hard. We moving with a lot of integrity. We doing the work to bring all of these healing modalities, all this knowledge, all this spiritual practices of alignment and understanding to help you to learn how to go within, how to connect, how to delve deep, how to take accountability, how to connect with your higher self better. From the diet, and nutrition, from your skincare and body care to your spiritual work, to your mental work, to your cosmic work, all these different, to your physical practice of healing, all of these different outlets to help you be more aligned and connect with your higher self and allow your higher self to be in the power, so that when you have these moments of going into ditches and valleys, you know how to dig yourself the fuck out.
Mhm. Yeah. I want to answer the question too. My own
Okay, let me
question.
go. So, do you remember a time where, or what is the time that got you to a space of really connecting with your divine self, or learning to be more conscious and aware of a higher space for you that is good for you?
Um, for me, it was death.
Mm.
I lost someone very near and dear, in that experience. I did learn about detachment. Well, it started the lesson that I'm still very much in learning about this, how basically the death opened my eyes to the fact that we are greater than just this realm. Like, just because this person died, it helped me get a really overstanding of my soul and how energy never dies, how powerful our spirits are, like the soul. Like, I never thought about it until I lost somebody on this realm that was really important, and I still felt like, even though I can't talk to them, even though they did, that energy still exists. Like, did you know what I'm saying? Like, that still exists within our experiences that we had, and also within their greatness, it still lives on. Like, that helped me get a greater, past them, just death in general, helped me understand why people like Michael Jackson is so, powerful, because of your energetic stance on this realm. It will live on. So that helped
your
me
blueprint
know
that you
exactly.
leave.
So that helped me get more empowered in what I'm leaving here.
Mm.
How am I utilizing my energy that's so vast that is going to continue on way past this? You know what I'm saying? So I want to fuel that. I wanted to fuel that. I wanted to grow that, and I wanted to be more in alignment with that like that God power, because once I'm done with this shit, I want to be still strong. So I want to make sure that not only this is working or look good or seem good or whatever look good on this realm, I want to make sure that my soul is right, and that helped me see that for really what it is, something that I could strengthen.
Yeah, because spiritually, your oversoul is that's the most essential and detrimental part of self. So your oversoul is what's guiding you. Your oversoul is what helps you to create. It works with the mind to help you to create these happier, more healthier, positive spaces. So when you think about how you want to be with your soul, which is, we're all divine. We're all divine beings. We're all born into divinity. Connect back to that shit.
Exactly.
Align yourself back with that.
Helped me do that.
Yeah. And again, doing different healing modalities and practices and lifestyle changes and repetition and reprogramming is what's going to get you to that space. It's not just one thing. It's an everyday journey. It's not going to end. People think they
that's why I'm like,
you get to a rainbow. No, every day. Bitch was woohooing last week. Like, what the fuck am I going through?
But then
I knew how to cope with it.
Yeah, that helped me get the understanding that even those images of myself is dying every time that I get to a new level. You know what I'm saying? Just death in itself, just the understanding that with death comes rebirth. Like, that was just an experience, like just losing someone, and understanding that after that part happens, something else grows from it. And it just really helped me grow from there and see myself and grow more.
So what was the area that you struggled with the most? Like, I'm just giving an example. Like, some people are truly deeply dealing with resentment or insecurity. You know what I mean? Just giving examples.
Probably the codependency or the like you said, the
Abandonment. That was
issues.
mine.
Yeah, like
Abandonment issues.
I had to see, even that's probably why the death was such a traumatic experience for me, because I just really had to grasp that no matter how attached I am emotionally, no matter how much I invest into something outside of myself, it could always be gone. And I will be okay. Like in my mind, I'm thinking, I ain't gonna be all right without him. I ain't gonna be all right without them. If that's attaching and this not understanding that I'm okay alone, you know what I'm saying? And if I put more into that, because everything can be taken away outside of me and my soul. Like when I'm alone, I still got me. So that's where I need my attention. That's all really that is attached to me. So,
and speaking of alone, not to cut you off, it's a lot of individuals, and I even have to learn this, that we have to learn how to be alone.
Yeah, exactly. And that fear
being alone does not mean you're lonely
and lacking. Like you don't lack anything if it's other people not there. Like you lack nothing alone.
Nothing.
That was the biggest thing for me to really understand that I don't lack anything.
Yeah. When you feel like when you don't give yourself a break, give your womb a break, give your mind and your body and your spirit a break from an individual, how will you ever know how to be with self?
Exactly.
If you're not ever giving self that attention. And that's another reason I want to have this retreat, because so many women struggle with being alone. And men do too, but our retreat is based around the divine feminine. So that's what I'm focusing on right now. But I do care about our men as well having these issues. But you constantly thinking about how you're alone, and you constantly fucking with another motherfucker, fucking with another motherfucker, and thinking you in love, and then you really not. You just attaching and filling these spaces that you feel like you have a void in when you really don't. You don't lack nothing. You're a motherfucking queen. You're a motherfucking divine being, and you lack nothing. You are infinitely abundant in all areas of your life. And yes, it could get emotional sometimes when you are alone. You do, because we need to be we have to understand that it is having interdependence is essential. Like to care for and be cared for by somebody else does feel good. It makes you feel good. So don't get me wrong, you do want to have that, but learning to fully love yourself and be alone and know how to be alone, so that when it's time for you to experience someone, you know how to create boundaries, or you know what you want. You know what you're not going to allow.
Knowing yourself. You got to, that's like taking time and knowing yourself. Really getting an experience with yourself.
Back to experience.
Exactly. If you ain't never sat and just studied your own energy, how could you ever really be beneficial to someone else?
Or say, I'm not allowed. I'm not having sex with nobody else for a while. I'm not letting nobody in because I need to go within. I need to figure some things out.
And not just thinking that they doing it to you. Just because you want to get a overstanding of yourself. And you don't want anybody penetrating that's confusing you, because that's what they do. Because you're not really just looking at you. You're looking at you mixed with them and how they do with you. If you just cleanse yourself, cleanse your space, cleanse your aura,
cleanse your womb.
Really, exactly.
Cleanse your womb.
Really, because that's where all of the reality is being created from within you. So if you are creating it from a stagnated space or a cloudy space, that's what you're gonna get. And you still won't see you or know how to utilize your own energy, because it's all fucked up. It's all staticky. But that's exactly why we are so adamant and so passionate. That's the word. That's very passionate about putting this information out. See, exactly. Reflection.
I got you, girl.
That's why we're so passionate about that, because I know how beneficial it is.
Yeah, like because we came from that space and we're in the opposite space, and we get to experience that. So we want to share that knowledge and share the experience of getting to that space with other individuals, so they can apply that to their experience or create that in their experience.
I know that I'm not trying to be no fucking drug dealer, but I am trying to push some shit on y'all ass.
Listen.
And I know that what the shit that I'm serving was gonna make this motherfucking world a better place because it made my life a better place. So I'm serving that shit.
Yeah.
And that's why we packaged up this
Serving
shit.
you. You
and
are the
serve
product.
that shit.
You are the
Got
product.
that pack for y'all ass.
Yeah, we push it.
Because this is life
that
and
way.
this is the life that I want. I want this earth to be a place that reflects my beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
And this beauty, that shit is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why we doing this. And I want to I am adamant about making sure that people know that this is with integrity. Like this is with integrity.
So much
this is our life.
integrity.
Like I want to share space with people and I could really open up about why this is working. Like right now, this is just a brief overview of our
being
experiences.
transparent. It's like
Yeah.
we are very open.
Because it gets deep.
Very deep.
Because people have trauma, real trauma. It
And
ain't
we
just
want
that nigga type shit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't just getting over the nigga issues
Let's
and
go
shit.
deeper than that.
We going
Gestational
deeper.
trauma from your mother's
Yes, we know
wombs.
that. Like what she
Yeah.
said, the molecules.
Yep, down to the molecules. People are really dealing with gestational traumas and don't know it. Don't even know what gestational trauma
Man.
is. People are dealing with
People
childhood
don't even know
traumas.
that that's how you were. That's how you even. I just can't wait to share this with women that really, really, really want to change their lives.
Mhm. And
That's
I'm
where
grateful
at.
that we're able to be guides because I'm not changing your life. She's not changing your life. We're being guides and we're assisting you in your power to change your life and make this and make your life be a reflection of what you truly want to see. And I'm very grateful for that. And it's coming from a place of experience and a place of journeying and been there. I done been through so much shit. I'm so transparent and I love it because I'm able to look back and see and be grateful and learn from those things and be accountable and accept the things that I did, know that I created had something to do with it taking place in my life. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's so important that we do that, but we need accountability. Man, we need accountability.
And
And
that's why I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And had I not been aware or accountable for my own journey, we wouldn't be sitting here. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be sitting here together, even as friends. Like we wouldn't have been in a line in that space. But I'm so grateful that we are.
Yeah. Because then you'll start to attract and align people that you wouldn't even thought that you would.
Because now I can I can sit here and talk shit on the microphone. You know what I'm saying? I done manifested the space where I can talk shit on the microphone and motherfuckers really gonna listen
About some real shit.
You know what I'm saying? And
they know
then
it's
it's
real
a
shit.
reflection that you created this space. This is Sacred Lips with Tender B.
Period.
That's such a honor. It's such an honor to be here and speak freely, sensually, and intimately.
And have that type of space for y'all to do this shit. Like that's what Sacred Lips with Tender is all about. And it ain't always got to be spiritual shit either. Like it's just real life shit that's intimate and sensual that is considered sacred to some people. Some people may feel like sexual conversations is sacred to them. Some people may feel like intimate situations with their children is sacred to them. Some people may feel like their career is sacred to them. But the way and the levels that it is, you able to have a space where we could talk about these things and have discussions on it freely without you feeling any stagnation or feel like you're being judged or feel like you're the only one in the world that feel like this is sacred to you. You know what I mean? Like that's so, and I know how that feels. And I'm so grateful that this manifestation has come to fruition. Like I manifested Sacred Lips with Tender a while back, and it started off as a Facebook group that everyone is not allowed in. Only for the mature mind.
Private.
I love my group members.
It's private.
Say it is a private group that I created. A lot of people aren't even aware that I have it because it wasn't nobody's business. It was only for those who for those who was in there. And I love my group members. Like everybody that's in Sacred Lips with Tender B, y'all cracking, and they are mature individuals that discuss sacred things that is intimate and sensual to them, and they feel so comfortable and vulnerable enough to do it. And I'm so grateful that I created a space like that.
And that was experience for me. That's another one. That's another one. Cause after I like me personally, this is me getting a little more personal again.
Okay.
That after
Okay.
I was awakened on this realm, like then I know the power of sensuality. Like that's a place where I feel like so much trauma is held that I wasn't even aware that I was like kind of harboring this shit.
Stagnant.
Yeah, it was stagnant where I wasn't even fully embodying that energy within myself, and it's so powerful, and
that's
it's
sacred energy.
That's God given, you know what I'm saying? Because it's been programmed that you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't act like this, you're supposed to be a lady, you're supposed
you a hoe if you do that, you a hoe if you do this.
You know what I'm saying? Just so much programming and damage and trauma surrounding my sensuality and sexuality in itself, where it's like, wow, I can really exercise this
and be free and feel free.
Freely. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's why people be so fucking dramatic with the shit when they finally get to do it healthy. Instead of doing it healthy, they just be overwhelmed with it. But that was the experience. Yeah, when you having spaces that you can actually be okay to express that is so wonderful.
And I'm so grateful we got a nice amount of men and women in that group, and it's a beautiful experience in itself too. It's fun, it's cracking, I love it, and maybe I'll add more members later. You know, only the chosen is chosen. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's important that we know how to come from those spaces, because sensuality is very vital to your being. We are sexual beings. We come from sex. Like, I don't think people really sit and really deeply think about how our whole existence comes from the act of sex. Your mama and daddy was fucking, and your mama was at a vibration of openness down to the molecular with her egg, and your daddy shot that motherfucking club up and created y'all. You came from nut in an egg.
To stop nature,
and you trying to over sexualize the act of sex, which is beauty and sensuality, and which Western society has done that and conditioned us to over sexualize sex, over sexualize being a sexual being, and that's why it's become unhealthy. Or people have stagnations, or people hide natural ways of being, and then when they finally, like you said, let loose, they overdo that shit. Now you just fucking like rabbits with no intentions, no love, no understanding with no sensuality. A lot of women out here just getting fucked. No sensuality. You just letting these niggas fuck you, not treat you right, not be sensual with you, not be calm with you, not be
no reciprocity.
Just getting fucked. Do you know how unhealthy that is? When you start to walk in alignment with yourself,
is not reciprocal. Laughing, but very serious.
Very. Be safe. Look at your sexual energy as sacred. It's sacred. Stop giving it to every motherfucking body. Stop allowing everybody to have access to it. Sexual energy is the most potent and most transferable, the strongest energies that you could create and work with. It's powerful.
Why that's the biggest business in America, in the world, ain't it?
Yeah, sex industry, sex sales, sex industry, sex.
But yeah, so
and then it's demonized at the same time to confuse y'all asses and condition y'all to. Oh, it's a lot of shit. Y'all gotta be at this
time
retreat.
On the
with Sacred List with Tinder. Yeah. Oh, y'all go. This next conversation gonna be. We went a little soulfully today. To reach the mind and the soul to understand.
What space we in.
But some of these conversations gonna be about fucking and how we fuck and suck.
I'm ready.
And lick the. No, let me stop, y'all. Okay.
Licking stick.
Stick and move. Stick and motherfucking move. No, but for real, I hope that this has penetrated many souls and has helped people to go into another space of understanding and consciousness and awareness for yourself, and will push many women to attend and be open to our retreat so we could delve deep into these different areas. Sacred Goddess Root Camp is July 16th through the 18th. And each day we are doing and having multiple activities of healing, doing different healing modalities and practices that will help greater align you within yourself to your higher being, to your higher self, and create more of understanding and awareness for your divine self. And we get into the root of these issues that is creating stagnations and disconnecting you. So when we get to the root of these fucking problems, we begin to heal, we begin to cope, we begin to understand, we begin to align better. So this root camp is some real shit. So yeah, we get into it. We get into it. But I love y'all. Thank y'all for listening to Sacred Lips with Tenda B.
Thanks
And
for
I hope
having
to
me.
see y'all again. I love you, sister.
Love you.
And where can my people reach you at?
On Instagram, it's wants_inc. That's WANTS_INC. That's where I like to be reached. Instagram, or you can check out my website, shopwantsinc.com, and get some holistic healing tools.
Okay.
Yep.
Love y'all. Thank you for listening. Tune in next time, motherfuckers.